This is Dana. He's on vacation in the Amalfi Coast.
Bro.
And this dude brings a casino.
Self-described degenerate Dana White is addicted to gambling. So much so that he brought a high-stakes casino adrift on his boat in the Tyrrhenian Sea during a summer vacation. Dana's obsession with gambling is a sickness, according to Joe Rogan.
He had a casino come to him.
Bro, who's that kid next to
That's
him,
his
man?
son.
That's crazy.
So he's got stacks of cash.
That's baller, man.
Playing,
Good for him.
No, it's not. That's a sickness.
Who knows?
He brought a goddamn casino to
My
his boat.
thing is, man,
Dana has a history of headline-grabbing wagers, and he once lost $1 million betting on boxing, which obviously didn't sit well with UFC fighters who earn peanuts. But what Dana does with his own money, or how much he loses in a few seconds, is none of anyone's business. Still, gambling is scary, according to Rogan.
Gambling.
it's scary.
Dude, I was in Vegas with Dana White, Taylor Lewin, Will Compton, and Shane Gillis was with us, and Jamie. And Dana White was gambling, and he was down $600,000 playing blackjack. And I was like...
Dana is a high-stakes gambler, and he's been banned from several casinos in the United States for his hefty wagers. Not surprising, because Dana is always willing to go above and beyond his competitors, be it in a casino or in the fight business.
The Palm has kicked me out of there twice. The Mirage, the Wynn will not let me play. The only places that will let me play in town are Caesar's Palace, the Bellagio, and the Venetian. All those guys take really big play, but if you are a big player and you come into town, you're insane not to play at Caesar's Palace. Caesar's Palace is by far the best casino in the world.
How much will Dana bet on Francis Ngannou versus Tysom Fury, especially now that Mike Tyson has signed up to train the Cameroonian? Before we dive deeper into that story, please subscribe to Takedown MMA and turn on those notifications. Thank you. Big things poppin', fight fans. The latest chapter in Ngannou's rocky story will include him training with one of the baddest men in the history of combat sports, Iron Mike Tyson, who dropped the bombshell in a press release, and I quote, "It's no secret I back Ngannou 100% in this face-off of champions. He has one hard punch and it's game over when it lands. I'm looking forward to working with Ngannou and supporting his transition from the octagon to the boxing ring." It is not yet known if Tyson will be a formal part of Ngannou's training camp or if he will join him in Saudi Arabia, but it's still a massive update. The good thing is the pair won't have to start from scratch, according to Tyson. Quote, "Francis Ngannou isn't a combat novice. He's a world champion. He knows how to compete when the bell rings, but the key will be combining his energy and combat skills into his punches and using his agility to move swiftly around the ring, then delivering the knockout blow. We're here to win." Fury doesn't care who Ngannou trains with. He thinks he could beat the Cameroonian without any training, which is probably why he's busy partying. The Gypsy King was recently seen with a host of stars during the launching ceremony of a new flavor of his energy drink, Furosity. Fury was accompanied by his wife Paris and brother Tommy. Justin Gaethje feels it's funny that Conor McGregor's itching to fight him, especially after having turned him down on multiple occasions in the past. But how many times did the former champ turn Gaethje down, to be precise?
There's a reason that he has turned me down 6 times. How you lose to me is not how you can lose and continue to be Conor McGregor. So, it's a big risk for him. And he's always saying something, trying to take the light away from people fighting in the cage. Whatever, I know it's entertainment, but, I just don't really want to buy into that and play that game.
Is McGregor an attention seeker?
I've actually been in this scenario before, after, I don't know who I beat, but when I was gonna fight Khabib, he was, again, just chirping up, saying something. This is not the first time he's tried to butt in, but he always fights the people that I lose for some reason. But, dude, who knows? I don't even know.
For now, Gaethje prioritizes a fight against the winner of Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira. But he will be ready for a McGregor fight too, just in case.
Is that the plan in your mind, to see what happens in October, go out there and hopefully come face to face with the winner?
I mean, that would be ideal, but I've learned, I think so, and that's my plan, that's my goal. I'm going to get right back to training with that in mind. But the UFC, you never know. So you just got to stay mentally ready to start training, because these are long camps, and so you got to be mentally ready. So you kind of try to stay, for a little bit halfway in between, because who knows what's going to happen.
Who should Justin Gaethje fight next? Mark Zuckerberg is taking his MMA obsession to another level by building a cage in his backyard. But his wife, Priscilla Chan, isn't very happy about it. In an Instagram post, Zuckerberg showed a WhatsApp message exchange with Chan, where he boasted about how awesome his octagon looked. "Did you see the octagon I put in the backyard?" Mark asked Priscilla. "Yes, I saw it," Priscilla responded. "It looks awesome," Zuckerberg said, drawing a somewhat passive-aggressive response from his wife. "Mark," Priscilla warned. Zuckerberg didn't get the hint and continued by saying, "We have plenty of yard space." "I've been working on that grass for 2 years," Priscilla exclaimed. By the looks of it, Mark Zuckerberg may have to sleep in the living room for a few days, but that's the fight game in a nutshell. It demands sacrifices. Moving on, boxing legend Amanda Serrano has signed with the Professional Fighters League. The undisputed featherweight boxing world champion has competed 3 times in mixed martial arts already, winning twice with a draw. And since she's promoted by Jake Paul, who's affiliated with the PFL, it isn't surprising to see her signing with the rising MMA promotion. Ultimately, Serrano wants to be a 2-sport world champion simultaneously.
Yeah, I've always said I want to be remembered or I want to be known as a combat legend, a combat all-around athlete. So, it was always a dream when I started MMA to become an MMA champion and a boxing world champion. So anything that I put myself into, I want to be the best at or trying to accomplish a goal. So I definitely would love to win a title in MMA.
Will Amanda Serrano become a 2-sport world champion? Corey Sandhagen believes Sean O'Malley is super lame. Sugar Sean is set to challenge Aljamain Sterling for the bantamweight title at UFC 292, 10 months after defeating Petr Yan by a razor-close and somewhat controversial decision. Credit where it's due, O'Malley has fought extremely tough competition since 2022, but people aren't ready to forgive him for building himself up by fighting bottom-tier fighters in his first 4 years in the UFC. O'Malley thinks his strategy is business savvy, but Sandhagen believes he's mentally weak.
But there are things about Sean O'Malley that I think are just super lame, kind of, talking about things like you fight the worst guy for the most amount of money, everything being business decisions, all of that. It's that I can't connect with that type of thinking at all. To me, that's those are ways of thinking that are just weak, and they're ways of thinking that are gonna trend into ruining the sport a little bit, in my opinion.
Do you agree with Corey Sandhagen? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. To stay up to date with the latest happenings in the world of mixed martial arts and boxing, please subscribe to Takedown MMA and turn on those notifications. Thank you for your continued love and support, and we'll see you in the next one.